Said I hate when you're away from here, so far away. Counting the days now until you get here. Wait until you get here. Yes, you've been missed, baby, but it's fine, I'm okay. How much longer could it take? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, I gotta get next to you. Yes, I gotta get next to you. You're alright. Guess I'd wait up for you. I don't mean to rush you, but the rush I get touching you is something else, baby. I'm loving you, yes. Hey, think that I found you, just be around you. You're tired of doing this, baby, but it's fine, I'm okay.
Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another vlog. But if you are new here, welcome period. My name is Sasha and this is my space. So I am finally back home. What a productive day it's been so far, and it's not even that late. Amazing. I love when that happens. So as you guys saw in the beginning, I went to go get my hair done. Hair is looking so fresh, so late. It looks so good. My girl LaShawn did her thing as she always does. I go to Becoming Beauty in Brooklyn on Fulton Street. I've been going to this salon since I was literally 13 years old. It hasn't always been in this location, but it's been the same owners this entire time, and they just do the Lord's work. If you ever used to go to Time Salon near like downtown Brooklyn, then I'm sure you know about Becoming Beauty because it is the same owners. And I usually get curls, but today I was like, I kind of just want that blown out, like slightly bumped look, and that's what I got. But I think it looks so nice. I never wear my hair straight, but I'm loving it. I'm feeling her. She's good, she's cute. And then after getting my hair done, I popped into my local herbal shop. It's called Alive Herbals on Halsey and Nostrand. They have everything you could possibly think of. Oils, body butters, tinctures, different types of herbs and flowers and teas, like anything, incense, anything you could think of, they have it there. So please go support if you are in Brooklyn. Even if you're not from Brooklyn, go and support these local businesses. And then after that, we went to Bklyn Blend, which is another go-to of mine. I always get the Pop Special smoothie and I finish it in under like 20 minutes. So that's why I don't have it here. I already finished it on the walk back home, but it's so delicious and good for you. It's got blueberries and almond milk and sea moss. So just really, really good things. And I also got a salad. I could not forget the salad. And now we're back home. So yeah, super productive day so far. I just filmed like a little get ready with me of my look for today. Let me actually put the jacket back on. Like, it's so simple, but it's so cute. Like a cute little like running errand day, baggy jeans, cute like flight jacket, little cropped sweater, like super duper cute, you know? Yeah, that's been my day so far. It's 3:22, so almost 3:30. We are gonna eat in a little bit because pretty soon I'm gonna start getting ready to head over to Cafe Erzulie, another local favorite of mine. Like, if you love good food and you love good music and you love good vibes and you've not been yet to Cafe Erzulie, you are missing out. Cafe Erzulie is a Haitian-owned like music venue near the infamous Myrtle Broadway. Today is a Wednesday, and every Wednesday they have jazz nights, and tonight this beautiful woman, I have to get the name, I don't remember her name, but beautiful black woman singer. I saw a clip of her singing as their like promo for the event tonight. Gorgeous, and I just thought, how nice would it be to sit down, have some dinner, have a drink, and have live music in front of me? Perfect. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, and I love that it's all in Brooklyn. I did not have to leave my borough to have a good time. So the singer's name, her name is Faith Quashie. Faith Quashie. I hope I'm saying it correct. Either one of those is correct, but she's just so freaking beautiful with the voice of an angel, and I really can't wait to discover more of her music tonight and just have a very chill night in Brooklyn. Here's her information for anybody who'd like to check her out. I'm actually really excited too. Last month, I took my cousin to Cafe Erzulie for the first time, and we did another jazz night last month, and it was so nice. I got this one dish. They do like a stewed chicken platter with Haitian black rice and pickles and sweet plantain. I'm still thinking about it. Like a month later, I'm still thinking about this dish, so I can't wait to have that for dinner. I'm gonna do my makeup, gonna get dressed up, and it's gonna be so cute. Like taking yourself out on little mini dates is such a good way to just like maintain your confidence and make yourself feel good. Get yourself used to nice things, even if you're single. And I love to do that for myself. I love these little moments that I get to just like, in my own solitude, have a nice romantic evening out, and I don't have to be with anybody to do that for me. So good vibes all around today, and it shall continue. But before we move any further, I'm starving, and that salad is calling my name, so let's go have some lunch. Hello again. It is a whole bunch of time later. It's about 5:55. I ate my salad and I watched a little bit of YouTube, and now it is time to get ready for a jazz night. I don't know why I'm like doing the most in terms of just like the pre things that I'm doing to get ready tonight, but it just feels so like luxurious and nice. I never get to put this much intention into my beauty routine in terms of like pre-makeup. I do it a lot with skincare, but makeup is different, so I thought I'd try something different today. These are the patches on my eyes. I do not know much about Peter Thomas Roth, but I do remember that video that went viral a few years ago of that lovely older woman. She was like in her car and she used his eye cream, and within seconds the plumpness that happened on her face, it was like inexplicable. Like it looked like magic. So since then I've been a believer, and I don't use these as often as I should, but I'm gonna start. I really like the results. I think it made my under eyes a little less puffy. It's really subtle, but I can tell. Mad loud. Why can I hear motorcycles that are like blocks away here? Crazy. Anyway, first things first, I'm gonna use some primer. This is the Milk Hydro Grip. I didn't use a ton because honestly, I'm only gonna be out for a few hours and then I'm coming right back home, so not really necessary. But this stuff is legit. This is kind of the only primer I've really ever used. I am willing to venture out. I heard Fenty has a really good primer, so I wanna try that soon as well. Danessa Myricks, I heard, has a good primer. Maybe we'll branch out and try some new things soon, but for now, this is the OG. We're gonna use a little bit of the Fenty Beauty tint stick. I usually get this in the shade 20. I feel like that works best for me. I feel like I have reddish undertones in my skin, so this I feel like brings it out and makes it look balanced. I'm almost going for like a no makeup look. Very, very light layer. I don't really want to do too much because like I said, I'm gonna be out for a short amount of time and then coming right back home. Next, I usually do eyeshadow, and I think I'm gonna go for like a light mauvey pink with a little bit of shimmer on the inner corner. I think that'll be really pretty. Gotta stay hydrated. So my go-to on my outer lid is usually a color called Instinct from the My Dream palette by Natasha Denona. You see how pretty that pink is? I love it so much. I love like rosy berry tones on my skin. And for the inner corner, I'm gonna do a little bit of Risk. Okay, this is looking a lot more bold than I had initially intended. Why do I have such a heavy hand with makeup? If you guys saw that like makeup video that I did a few months ago, then you would know literally every color that I tried to use came out so much darker than I had in my head. And along the way I thought I looked like a raccoon, and it was just a whole thing. I had to like remedy it. This look is suddenly becoming a little more seductive than natural, but I mean, hey, we're going out, it's nighttime, why not have a little fun? I mean, look at it, like it is really pretty. I just have to clean it up a bit, which I will do with concealer in a moment, but maybe we embrace this like dark vixen vibe that I'm clearly going for today. I think to brighten it up just a little bit, I'm gonna do a color called Thrill, just right in the center, just to give me like a little bit of highlight. Ooh, yeah, good choice. That's pretty. I feel like that brightened it up just a little bit. This palette is very like metallic heavy, I'm learning. And I kind of do feel like I work better with mattes. But I love this palette because it's in the tones that I love, those like pinky mauvey berry tones. And now my face is full of glitter, so let's clean that up. Next up, I usually do my brows. We're gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This brow pencil, it's another one that I've never really strayed from. Like as long as I've been doing my brows, this is all I've used because this is what my mom uses. But I'm willing to try new things, especially like more black owned makeup brands. I really want to support and just learn more about these brands who are making things for people with melanin rich skin, because obviously if they have us in mind, they're gonna make products that cater to us and that work well for us. And I love that. Like, who wouldn't want more of that? But for now, this is what I got. My eyebrows I try to use a light hand with because, again, I want it to look more natural, not too dark, not too like penciled in. Looking good. Okay, see, this is why they say eyebrows are what, like cousins, not twins? Or they're sisters but not twins? Because I can never get them to look exactly the same on either side. They look pretty good though, like it's giving identical, but not exact. Good enough. Okay, next I want to I want to use a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer, mainly to clean up the mess I've made under my eyes. I'm using the Yummy Skin Concealer by Danessa Myricks. I just put by my eyes just to clean it up a little bit. I don't really feel like putting anywhere else. I don't think it's necessary. While this dries, let's do some blush. Can y'all believe I had never used blush before that video that I made? Like in my almost 30 years of living on this earth, I've never used blush. I never thought to buy it, never thought to try it. And now that I have, I'm a sucker. I can't go back. I just think it's so pretty. I literally use blush every single day now. It's a part of my everyday routine. I love it. This is the blush we are using for today by Liz. I believe this is a black owned brand, so yay. And the shade is Bubbly. It's such a pretty, almost like rosy tone pink. Not too pink. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. It's really pretty. I usually just smile and apply it directly to my cheeks. Yeah. So crazy, I look like a clown. And then I like to use a beauty blender to stamp it out. I use like the butt part of it because I like when the blush, it kind of covers the entire cheek, and I feel like with this part of the beauty blender I'm able to spread it around. Like, see, it's a really subtle pink, but I feel like it spreads nicely on the cheek. And then I'm just gonna stipple this out while also using a brush for concealer. Life hack. You get so much more control with what you're doing. Nice and stamped out. I feel like a brush just helps it to be even as well. So this is the part where I would usually use like a little bit of powder from Laura Mercier. I put some under my eyes, a little bit kind of just like in my T-zone, and then right here by my chin. But I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight. Again, I don't really think it's necessary. So last and final step is gonna be mascara and then lipstick. This is the Milk Kush mascara. I think the main thing that I love about this is that it doesn't irritate my eyes. I've used brands before that by the middle of the day, I want to just take off all of my makeup because my eyes are so irritated. I have really sensitive eyes. But this, I never have that issue. And finally, lip gloss. This is the Gloss Bomb by Fenty Beauty in the shade Riri. So I thought that this was the Gloss Bomb stick, which is kind of like more of a lipstick. I didn't realize I'd grabbed the gloss, and by the time I did realize, it was like a week later, and I'm not taking it back after that point. Like, we're just gonna try it out, and I love it. I just think it makes my lips look so juicy and glossy. And I was afraid about the pink in the shade Riri, which I love, not showing up in the gloss, but it actually does. It's so nice. Like, hello, stunning, pretty, pink. Love pink. And that is it. This is the final look of the evening. All that's left to do is to clean my nose studs. That is like a must for me after doing my makeup. They always get so gunky. Dude, speaking of nose studs, okay, so crazy story. The ones that I currently have in my nose are new. I got them like 2 days ago. They are brand new, fresh, and I hadn't changed them for years and years. But the other day I was getting ready for work, and after I am done doing my makeup, as I did just now, I always clean my nose studs. And one of them that I had in, the top of it popped off and fell down the drain, and I was like, it's a goner. Like, there's no way that I'm getting this tiny microscopic nose stud out of the drain. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll cut my losses, whatever, but I have to replace it quickly. If you have nose piercings, you know they close up like that. I knew within a few days, probably within hours, it was gonna close up, but I couldn't go until after work. So after work, I go to a new place. They're a little bigger than my last one, but like, I'm still trying to get adjusted, trying to get used to it, right? So this was a few days ago. Now today, I am going out into my backyard to like get some fresh air. It was nice and sunny outside. And as I stepped towards the door, there's a little spider on the ground, and I was like, oh, like that's so cute. And then I look closer, and next to the spider is my freaking nose stud. Like my old nose stud, the one that I thought fell down the drain, was just there next to this spider. It was the freakiest, most random thing ever. So of course I scooped it up because I still had the other one as well. So I honestly think I'm gonna go back to those. I also like the fact that they're like a little iridescent. They've got kind of like a purpley tint to them, whereas these are just like diamond. They're really bright and white, and I don't really like that. I like that the other color, it added some color to my face, and they were a little more subtle. So, but isn't that crazy? Like, I thought it fell down the drain. It didn't fall down the drain. It was next to this spider. I don't know, I just felt like it was all like a sign of like good things, and maybe sometimes things come back to find you again when the time is right. I don't know, I was really looking into this piercing and spider, honey. But I just thought it was so cool and just like a really funny story, because what are the odds? Okay, so now the only thing left to do is get dressed and then pick out a bag. I want to put in my earrings as well, just to get that out of the way so I don't forget. And tonight's fit is gonna be super duper simple. This is the dress. Super simple, like a bodycon, but like plunging neckline, little cutout. I think it's so sexy and simple. For my fragrance, I'm gonna wear Sol de Janeiro number 59. This scent smells so good, like intoxicating. I'm so obsessed with it. I get so many compliments on it. Actually, I'm gonna pack that in my bag just in case I want a little refresh. Also gonna pack our lip gloss, some Trader Joe's hand sanitizer. I love the lavender scent. Hard case. And oh my gosh, funny enough, you guys, just now when I opened up this bag, I was thinking earlier, like, damn, I should have gone to the ATM so I could take out cash, because at the end of the performances, you usually tip the people who are performing, because, you know, like, it's a free event. You want to tip just to like help support not only the venue and the business, but also the people who are performing. And I was like, damn, I have no money. And then I checked the back pocket of this purse, which I haven't worn in a while, and I've got like 20 bucks, which is amazing. And it's right next to a photo of my grandfather. So I'm like, ah, grandfather, like, you did that. That's so nice. I'm gonna carry a little comb, little compact mirror, my ear pods in case I decide to walk home, and a little microfiber cloth in case I decide to take pictures. Yeah, I think that's it. This is the bag we're gonna carry tonight. My gorgeous YSL sunset bag in eel skin. You know, I just wanted to break her out again. It's been a minute. I've missed her. I think on top, gonna wear this satin bomber from Zara. Like, is satin the way to go or should we do leather? Let's try both. This is the leather option. It's a little more of an oversized look. You know, I like the leather, but I almost think it's just a little too much. I think the satin is a little more feminine, and I kind of want that feminine touch. Like, I don't want to be so edgy tonight. I'm already wearing all black. Yeah, this is definitely the way to go with my bag. So cute. And shoes, simple little black booty. Cute. I feel spicy. Yeah, this is the vibe. Okay, oh, crystal, because as I'm sure you guys saw, I have all of my crystals laid out here. I recently blessed and cleansed them, so just wanted to like let them breathe, have their moment. And this is the one I chose for tonight, lapis lazuli. Can't go wrong. This is my go-to. Even if I don't carry any other crystals, I'm more than likely carrying a lapis lazuli. And that is it, babes. Okay, so it is now 7 p.m. on the dot. I think we made pretty good timing. This is kind of like the time I like to come in because things have already started and you can just like kind of slip your way in into a nice, comfortable evening. And that's the kind of night I intend to have. So let's go to Cafe Erzulie where we are going to have a fabulous jazz evening. What is up, you guys? It is the next day, so happy rising. I've already made myself some green tea. That's how I start the day. Y'all know this. Can we just have a moment to reflect on yesterday's festivities? I love Cafe Erzulie, and I'm sure you guys can see why. The music was just incredible, and from the first moment of me walking in, it kind of just seamlessly all happened in my favor. This is what I mean. So when I first got there, I felt kind of awkward because so when you first walk in, there's like a bar and front area, right? And then the back space where it opens up into is where they have the live performances. So when I first walked in, I was a little late, of course, and I didn't really know like who to ask to sit down or blah, blah, blah. So I'm standing by the bar and then a guy comes next to me and he was like taking drinks. So I'm like, okay, he works here. So I said, hey, do you work here? Like, can I order food here and then go to the back? And he's like, I'd actually prefer you go to the back and then I'll bring you what you need. Like, just follow me. So I follow him and we're scanning the entire perimeter of the back area and it's so crowded. Every seat is taken except for one single table right at the corner at the front where I can see the performance. I'm literally right next to the performers. Literally like a single table with a single seat. And he's like, okay, this is free for you. And I'm like, perfect. I so appreciate when things are just like serendipitous like that, especially because, like I said, I was a little nervous going in because I was already late and I knew it'd probably be crowded, which it was. But that last table and that last seat was just there waiting for me. So it was so nice. I sat down, got comfortable, and then Faith Quashie and the Quashie Collective, that's what they call themselves, herself and her band. It was just so amazing. Every single song that they sang, they made up on the fly. Off the dome, like the creativity was buzzing, okay? It was so nice, so just, I love experiencing live music, especially when it's like very spontaneous like they did last night. It gets you in the mood to like be creative yourself. It gets you in the mood to want to innovate and do things differently and spontaneously yourself. And not only that, her voice was incredible. Like she gave me like a little bit of like Jill Scott, but then a little bit of Hiatus Coyote. Like it was so freaking cool. I had the best time. And then the food, it was just as good as I remembered. The black rice platter with the stewed chicken, oh my gosh. First of all, so flavorful. Rice cooked to perfection. It's a little sticky, but it's not hard. Like it's so good. And then the pickles was like a little tangy and a little spicy. Everything just worked so well together. I was so pleased. I got to cafe around 7 and I didn't leave until after 10. So obviously I had a great time and it was just so nice, you know, like I got to sit and chill, had my little drink, my little dinner. I love solo outings like that. I feel like as I get older, I kind of like force myself to do them more often because I want to put myself out there in like all spectrums, not only like here on this platform, but also in real life. Like how are you ever going to meet people and connect with people if you're not outside, right? And I just think it's overall a great way to boost confidence, to just see what's out there, put yourself in the rooms and the spaces that you want to be in. You connect with creative people. It was just such a good time. I had the best time. So cafe, you owe me nothing. And then afterwards I came back home and got ready for bed, and now here we are. So today's agenda, it looks quite different, a lot more chill. I don't have that many errands to run. In fact, I don't have any errands to run today. We're just gonna chill. I did some laundry. I want to put those away, put away some of my winter things because today is actually gorgeous and spring feels like it's finally sprung. Like it's in the 60s today, which is it might as well be summer, okay? Because it's been so cold in New York. Like I'm over it. I need spring. I'm a spring baby. I was born in May, so this is like the season where I thrive. And then after that, I'd like to find a spot in my neighborhood to take some photos. So y'all remember the outfit I wore yesterday with like the cool jeans and the Adidas? I filmed a Get Ready With Me when I came back from getting my hair done. But what I like to do is make the cover of the videos that I shoot like professional looking photos. So what I'll do is I'll do the Get Ready With Me, and then afterwards I'll go someplace and set up my tripod and take photos so that I have like a carousel of content just like in the repertoire. But I didn't do that for that outfit yesterday, so I want to do that. Find some place just like cool with like brownstones. It was all about like a chill Brooklyn vibe, so I think shooting in Brooklyn is ideal. And then I have another look that I plan to wear back to work tomorrow, and I want to film a Get Ready With Me for that. But instead of doing it in real time just to save time, I think I'm gonna film it today and then take the photos for it tomorrow. I'm telling you guys, sometimes this social media thing like throws me through a loop because it's like almost not real. Like a lot of the time, the videos that I post on my Instagram, and if you're not following me there, you absolutely should be. But a lot of the times, those outfit videos that I post, I've shot days or even sometimes a week before. Like it's never in real time. It's so strange, but I'm getting the hang of it and I'm trying to get ahead of it so that I'm more consistent, and I have been, so I want to keep that up. So yeah, today I kind of get to move at like a more easy pace, but then tonight we're going to see Sinners. Oh, I'm so freaking excited to see this movie. When I went to go see One of Them Days last month, they showed what the heck is it called? The trailer for the movie, and I was so captivated by it, and I'm so excited to see it tonight. It just came out, it was just released, but that's not until 10 p.m. So we've got a lot of time in between. That was the only time they had left, but I don't know, it's kind of fun to go to the movies at night, like really late at night. And we're gonna go to the Alamo, which I love because the seats recline, you can order food and drinks. I love to get the churro popcorn and have like a little glass of Prosecco. Such a cute vibe, so I'm really excited for that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put these clothes away and just get more organized. Okay, so first things first, I have this fur. And it is no longer fur season, so we've got to put her away. But I had a time with this, okay? I think I got this last year, like towards the end of last year. I feel like from a vendor that I follow on TikTok. I don't remember her name right now, but when I find it, I will link it down below. You guys should definitely check her out. She's got vintage furs, vintage Dior, Chanel, like everything you can think of. She's really good at sourcing like really fun, cool, unique pieces, so definitely go support. But yeah, it's finally time to put her away. But what a fab coat. Such a vibe. I love to wear this even like with a pair of jeans. I think that juxtaposition of something really elevated but then really casual is so chic. But alas, it is time to say goodbye. I've got a few furs that I wear sparingly, and I usually just store them in a garment bag. It always lasts until the next year just fine. Like, I know they're breathable and you really shouldn't store them so constricted, but like whatever. And it does take up a bit of space because fur's pretty bulky, but I am manifesting my dream walk-in closet soon so that I have more room for more furs. And to all of the PETA people out there, I am so sorry, but I love me a good fur. And I always buy my furs secondhand, so they're not going to waste. They have a new life, they're well taken care of, and I think that's the way to go. If you are going to buy fur, you should totally try to source secondhand, which is what I do. And I think it's just a great way to repurpose it and, like I said, give it a new life so that it doesn't go to waste. But this is usually the part where it gets tricky because I always have to take things out in order to make room for the things that I'm putting in and then reorganize it, so the whole thing. And now we're gonna put away some laundry. Are y'all as excited to see Sinners as I am? I am so excited. And you know what I think is just genius? The fact that Ryan Coogler, he's giving us this like behind the scenes moment, a peek into his mind of the manifestation of this film, the way that he sees it, and that's what led to the decisions to shoot it a certain way, using certain angles, certain lenses. I think that directors, especially Black directors, should do that more often. Like, I want to see what your thought process was. I want to see what your inspirations were. And it just gets people excited to go and see this thing that you put together. It all came from your mind. And then for you to capture that on film, I think is the coolest thing in the world. And as somebody who grew up acting, seeing films like this with predominantly Black casts is really inspiring to me, because growing up and studying acting and taking it seriously in that past life of mine, I didn't have that kind of representation, so it was kind of hard for me to see myself in certain roles or reaching a certain pinnacle in acting because I didn't see it. I never really talk about it just because, I don't know, it's never been brought up. But for those of you who don't know, I grew up acting from the time that I was in elementary school into middle school as well. I've always been a part of theater arts programs. I was in plays, I took dance classes, I had an agent, and I would audition for commercials for Broadway. And this was around the time that I started getting heavily involved into art, like painting as well. And then I joined the Rush program with Danny Simmons and worked closely with him and that whole team. I had a portrait that I did of Nelson Mandela that was featured in BAM in Brooklyn when I was, I think, in elementary school. Took piano lessons. I studied to play piano. Just all kinds of instruments, all kinds of things dealing with the arts I was always involved in, and it always interested me. And then in high school, I went to LaGuardia, which is across the street from Lincoln Center, and I studied performing arts and musical theater there. I was just always heavily involved in the arts, and acting was always something that I wanted to do, and I was always supported doing by my family, so it just always felt natural to me, you know? But I remember growing up and going on these auditions and things, and almost feeling a little bit discouraged because, like I said, I didn't really see myself in these roles that I was auditioning for, and just in general, like we didn't have really much representation, especially for little Black girls. We had Keke Palmer, and of course we still have Keke Palmer, who's phenomenal, obsessed with her, but that was really it. And then when I would go audition for Broadway, the only two roles that I was getting booked for were The Lion King and The Color Purple. And I don't want to be no slave. And then The Lion King, eventually, if you get tall, you know, too tall, you kind of like grow out of that. I did make it pretty far with that though. It came down to me and one other girl to play young Nala. The other girl got it, but sometimes I think like, had I gotten that part, how different would my life be different at this point, you know? And of course you can't turn back the clock, but I do think about acting all the time. So I just think it's very, very cool now. At this age, in this day and age, there's so much representation for Black people in film specifically. So many great actresses and actors that we have, great producers and directors, costume designers, music, you know, like people who do the score, makeup artists. There's so many facets of the world of entertainment where I see more Black people, and that gets me really, really excited and very inspired. But it took almost 30 years, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger and more involved in the acting world, I didn't see that. So it's really funny because sometimes I sit and think like, if I were to go back into acting, how would that look? Like, do I have an interest in that? And truthfully, I think I do. But it's so interesting because I really do think that everything truly is interconnected in some way, and things do come full circle, whether we realize it at the time or not, because I've studied all these things as a child and then into my adolescence, you know? And then now that I'm older and I work a 9 to 5, I see snippets of the things that I've studied and the things that I've learned in my daily life. Like, I work in sales, it's very customer facing. I always have to be on in some sense, but because I studied like enunciation and projecting my voice and having a presence, these kinds of things, it's very easy and natural for me to do, even online on this platform on YouTube. I'm talking to like the internet, to strangers online, and then putting myself out there. But because I've performed on a stage in front of thousands of people, that's not really scary to me. It once was, but when I like kind of take myself out of it and be like, oh, this is just like performing, it makes it so much easier, and it's easier for me to like fall into that role, so to speak, because these are things that I've studied and these are things that I know how to do and how to do well. So it's just a very easy transition. But it wasn't until now, this place that I'm in now, almost 30 years old, that I'm like, wow, you know, like things come full circle, and it wasn't in waste, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still using these skills that I've acquired in order to just be the best person that I can be in my daily life, engaging with other people, using it in my job, using it here on this platform. So I just think it's really cool. But I will be honest and say that when I went to high school, something shifted where I just like stopped applying myself around like junior year. And I think it's because like fell into the wrong crowd, started smoking a lot, started skipping class. Like, I was more concerned with hanging out with my friends and getting high than I was like auditioning for the school play. You know what I mean? And I could have done more. Sometimes in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, I should have done more, or I wish I could have done more. But everything happens for a reason, and I think I learned a lot. But it almost sometimes feel like now I'm playing like creative catch up, you know what I mean? Because I wasted so much time like trying to be cool back then that I didn't like set myself up creatively in the way that I feel like I should have, especially with the background that I had and all of the experience that I had. I was the only person in my graduating class to even get into the Guardia. Like, that should have propelled in me this like force of like, I got this, and it did initially, but then you start hanging out with certain people and you start doing certain things, and then, you know, like you start following a path that you really shouldn't. And as an adult now, I recognize that. And, you know, like, it's learning lessons. What can you do? You cannot turn back the clock. But now that I know this, and now that I have the skills and the mindset that I do now in terms of putting myself out there and being more consistent and more driven in my creativity. I'm slowly again like pulling from this experience that I have from my youth to help me as an adult, and hopefully the more I keep putting myself out there on this platform, on any social media platforms, any creative platforms, even with my art, like getting back into painting again. That's the whole reason I even started this YouTube. I started this YouTube to showcase my art and my work. And if you go back to like my early videos from like 3 years ago, you'll see that I produced my first art show. I was painting, I was talking to my artist friends, doing like little interviews. And that was the whole point of this platform. And of course now it's kind of morphed into something where I'm like, okay, well, let me show all of me, not just the art stuff. But I think especially the creators that I gravitate most towards have this thing where they're just like open and honest to the camera. Like it's no filter, it's just showing all facets of their life. And then me being a Gemini, you know, like there's so many things that go into it. But again, hopefully now with all of the experience that I have and all that I've learned, it'll translate into bigger and brighter opportunities to showcase my talent and creativity and really make something of the knowledge that I have, and then hopefully create a beautiful life from that, because that's the whole point. But yeah, that's it for laundry. What I want to do next is like do like a little light beat on my face and then get back into those clothes that I wore yesterday so we can film some content. Okie dokie, I am all ready to go. I did add a few pieces to this look to just make it more of a vibe, you know? Added the sunglasses, the Brandon Blackwood bag, totally obsessed, and I added a belt too, which is like this cool gray, same color as the sweater. I also changed the sweater, but overall the essence of this look still remains the same. Like this is what I wear on a chill day in Brooklyn. It's giving just chill vibes. It's giving relaxed, but still a little elevated. I love it. I love the silver touches. So what I think I'm gonna do is just take a walk around the neighborhood. I don't even know what direction I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna walk. And then when I find a spot that feels, you know, like aesthetically pleasing, I'll set up my tripod and take some photos. This is what it's like doing all of the creative things on your own. But I will say I really do enjoy how I feel like a look comes to life in a photograph, and then the background and taking into account any architecture, any lines and symmetry that you see. That's kind of like how my brain works, or more so my vision and approach to content creating. Like I think about all of it cohesively. The colors, the shadows, all of it has to tie back into the storytelling of the look. So I'm excited to find something that I feel like suits this look. And like I said, we're just gonna walk and see what finds us, so let's go. Okay, so I think I found a pretty good place to shoot. I kind of wish there were more like buildings, so I might pivot the setup that I have, but let me show it to you. So this is the spot I chose. I've always just liked this building. This is kind of the vision that I have, right? Like on an angle and then me in the center. But I wish I had more of this, so I might move the camera so that I get more of like the brownstones, because that's really the beauty of Brooklyn. I am going to take just a few more with this angle just to ensure that I like it, and just in case I still have them.
I have people take pictures of my outfit every day.
Oh.
Would you mind taking a picture of my outfit?
Sure.
Since you see.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I have like, yeah. It's like a stranger project. I'm like, oh, okay, this person.
Oh, so you just ask different people?
Yeah.
That's dope.
My tripod
Yeah.
is one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a scenic something in mind?
It's kind of just like dealer's choice, you know,
Okay.
whatever. It's just like outfit, so front back. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. You like straight on? Do you like from an angle?
I just like to see what people choose, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take photos of you where I intend to take photos.
Perfect.
Okay, let's do it.
Use me as a test
Yes,
drive.
yes.
Okay, good. Mutually beneficial.
So I have this vision of like, I just love the houses in the background
Yes,
here.
totally.
But maybe you standing right there by the fence, I think will look really cool.
Perfect.
Okay. I love it. Yeah, they came out really good.
Yay! Are you gonna
That's
do
so
the
funny.
same one?
Yeah, I am.
Amazing. Do you have a Instagram?
I do.
What is it? I don't really post these online.
Girl,
but-
me either. I'm just getting into it.
Cool. What is your handle?
It's SASH
SASH
PASH.
PASH. Cool.
Yep, that's me.
Awesome. Yay.
What's your name?
I'm Camilla.
Sasha.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Are you in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I am.
Me
From
too.
here. What about you?
I'm not from here, but I live like a couple blocks away.
Okay, where are you from?
California.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to Cali next month.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you.
That's
luck on your
awesome.
photos.
You too. Bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is the part that I love about just letting the camera run, because how cute was that interaction? Camilla, if you ever come across this video, hello, it was so lovely meeting you, and I'm so glad I ran into you actually, because shooting you in the exact spot, the exact vision that I had, it came out so good and exactly what I wanted, so definitely made the right choice for that. Let me show you guys what I really have in my mind. So this is more so what I'm seeing, like just a sliver of brick, because obviously brownstones in Brooklyn, you got the brick, but I love this row of houses in the back. I love that the sky is so blue. Yeah, this is the vibe. You guys, I think they came out pretty good. Like, this is what I had in mind. I always take some from the back. They're pretty cute. I took some with the glasses on, some with them off. I feel like I have a wide range of options. And that is a wrap. So we are now walking home because my phone is on 2%. Did not realize that it was dying before I left the house. This is the beauty of being in your own neighborhood when you're doing creative things. And just like that, we have made it back home. The sun is setting, so I've actually decided I am gonna have to shoot that outfit of the day video tomorrow, the actual day that I'm gonna wear it, instead of today. Time has just gotten away from me. It's almost 7 p.m. That's crazy. And I still haven't eaten anything today. All I've had was my green tea. And to be honest, earlier on the way home, I was kicking myself because every day off, I like to have my salad from Bklyn Blend. Like, that is my go-to. It's so hearty and healthy, and I crave it. But I totally dropped the ball on that today, so no salad for me. I guess I'll starve. I'm kidding. But yeah, now I have to figure out what I want to eat. I really want something hearty and delicious, and I do want to eat actual food before I go to the movies and eat like popcorn and drink and stuff. So we might hit up another neighborhood favorite of mine, Winona's. If you know me, you've heard me talk about Winona's several times, and they have one of the best burgers I've ever had. It's so juicy and salty. It comes with caramelized onions. The fries are the crispiest I've ever had. It's so delicious, and that's kind of what I'm craving, so we're gonna do that for dinner. But let me show you guys what I intend to wear tomorrow that I'm gonna be filming. So the vibe is very simple, very Saint Laurent chic, like classic pieces. A pair of denim. These are from RRL, and these fit me so well. Like, they just hug every curve in the right place. I love them. They're the perfect wash of blue. And then I'm gonna wear this exact sweater, but the crew neck version. And for my jacket, I'm gonna wear this gorgeous black and white blazer. This is my grandfather's, and I love it so much. And I just think with the denim and then with the sweater, very classic, like almost a little dandy, you know? Maybe scrunch up the arms like this. So good. And for shoes, I might wear a heel just to like give it a vibe, but I do really wish I had like a little Margiela Tabby ballet flat. I hate ballet flats, but I love those ballet flats, so that might be like my next luxury purchase for myself because they're a classic. You can't really go wrong with it. But yeah, this is the vibe. And bag, I'm gonna rock it with this YSL sunset bag, the same one that I wore last night. Super cute. Like, I love the way that looks. It looks so classic. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed that I have to shoot it tomorrow, but what are you gonna do? One thing I will say though that lit up my whole spirit, like, life truly is just a series of serendipitous events, and I feel like when you're open, you're always connected to that and the beauty of that, because the moment I left my house, there's like an older woman who lives on the block that I've never seen before, but she was smiling so hard at me, and turns out she actually thought that I was my mom. My mom and I look exactly alike, and that's why. But she was like, I was trying to say hi and you weren't responding like you usually do, so I'm like, maybe that's her sister. But it was just so cute and so sweet. Her name's Miss Shirley, so I was like officially introduced to her, and that was nice. And then the interaction that I had with the lovely woman who stopped me on the street and asked me to take her photo, like, I think that was so freaking cool. Like, it's always nice when I can connect with other people who are in like the content creation space, even if it's just like random, and that's exactly how it happened. So that was really cool, Camilla. Again, it was so lovely meeting you. Super, super dope. So what I'm gonna do now is just let my phone charge a little bit more, and then we are going to go to Winona's for a lovely solo dinner.